Hello there, Mr. Western Hive. Welcome. Nice, look at you guys buying stuff. Yeah, keep buying whatever. Buy anything you want. Buy this hemp pepper. Look at that. Wouldn't you like hemp pepper? You could flavor all your foods with the deliciousness of hemp. All right, we are back in Kenshi with Quill and Temperance and their team. Over the last couple of episodes, the scout team has been exploring Stobe's Gamble, and in today's episode, we're going to be continuing to explore that region. We have found some very interesting things in Stobe's Gamble thus far. These guys have been pretty lucky. They have been lucky throughout this series. We've seen some dangerous things, but they've also managed to skirt around the danger. There still are some areas in Stobe's Gamble left for us to check out, and so in today's episode, we're going to be doing just that. These guys have had an uneventful night back at home, save for obviously being able to reunite with the home team and I'm sure share some stories of their travels out and about. But it is early in the morning the following day from where we left off, and these guys are actually just about ready to go. I did, however, in the intervening time, these guys took some opportunity to make some leather crafting work areas. We have a ton of leather because we keep helping butcher any animals that attack this area, and anytime we see anything down, we kind of opportunistically butcher whatever animals we see, and no one seems to want to buy my leather or my teeth, so hey, screw me for trying to have a diverse shop, right? So, we've got to get some iron plates. I don't know that I'm going to worry about that for the scout team for today. I kind of want to get them out and exploring. That is what they should be doing after all, and maybe if we are able to put them somewhere. Oh, look at that. Karthikeyan are you on your way to go get food? Yes, he is. He's going to make more food for us. These guys are ready. I've cleared room in their inventories. Not you, Karthikeyan. I've cleared room in their inventories and loaded them down with a bunch of food. And I love... Where's Temperance? Where are you? Temperance, you look fucking awesome in your new leather jacket with your arm protection. We got to get Quill some good gear. I like this in terms of the stats, but it probably makes sense for him to have some better coverage on his one fleshy arm there. All right. Before we head out, let's take a look at the map. Let's make a plan for today. I have some thoughts on what we might do. Where are we? So we have moved into Stobe's Gamble. We have found a free settlement, a lost armor store. I'm going to zoom out a little bit further. When do these things disappear? Right about there. There we go. We've basically completely explored the north, which is good. When we left the lost armor store last time, I think we came down through here. And there was a camp, but that is actually interestingly outside of Stobe's Garden. That was okay. So this is one of the things I wanted to consider for today, but let's think about this. So my thought was, let's come as far south as we safely can today. I don't know how close I want to get to Sniper Valley. I'm sure I talked about that, if not in the last episode, maybe one of these last episodes. These guys don't have the toughness or the gear to take. If that really is a Sniper Valley, if there are people carrying like Eagle's Crosses there, that'll change this whole run. If these guys are aware of something called Sniper Valley, even if they, like I, don't necessarily know what's in there, it probably behooves them to give that a fucking wide berth. So I don't know how far exactly south I want to go, but I want to come kind of south. At minimum, I've been enjoying checking these kind of fruitfully. We found a lost armor store inside of this volcano range. And did we find... Oh, we found the secret drug farm near the first volcano I checked out. So maybe the plan for today is we'll come southward, about to the Armory Ruin. We'll check the volcano range. We'll see how far we want to get out into here. And if there is nothing fruitful, and so be it if that's the case, we've found plenty of cool stuff already, we might consider coming back north, and maybe, like I said, maybe we'll convince Tommy to take one more run at the Crumbling Labs. We'll see. But if not, maybe we'll try to scout this camp and see if this is friend or foe. We have seen scavengers, reavers, and I think Southern Hive, right? I think we found Southern Hive out here. I think we've already seen them. And they certainly know to watch out for those guys. I don't know if they'd get out this far, but certainly scavengers or reavers. I don't think there's cannibals in this area, but this doesn't necessarily have to be friendly, and I don't think there's going to be tech hunter camps. So maybe we'll check this out. But at minimum, we're gonna check south, and maybe not by touching the border of Sniper Valley, but maybe we'll start touching the border of some of these other things like we did with this camp, and start seeing what's in these areas, and start thinking about where we might explore next. Because as far as I'm concerned, Beak Thing Hellscape is off limits. I'll tell you, one of the things I'm thinking about as I say we might try to convince Tommy. Where are you, Tommy? You're back there. as we try to we think about convincing Tommy to take one more swim out to the crumbling labs to maybe grab a piece of armor, is I went into one of the ranger shops while these guys were getting settled for the night after they got back at the end of last episode. And the ranger shop had like nothing but Eagle's crosses. It was oops, all Eagle's crosses. And I was like, you know, maybe putting an Eagle's cross just in Quill's hands or like in his inventory. Like in one of the Eagle's crosses, it was like 30,000 cats. We couldn't afford it. But if we found one, I think I had one and I sold it at the beginning of this series. We don't have one in here. It did like 154 damage just straight. Like you could theoretically, you could possibly take on a giant gorilla or hamper a beak thing's attack if you had an Eagle's cross. It's something to think about. I'd have to be perpetually on guard and paying attention to Quill. He'd have to be on block, passive, and hold. And the whole nine, and I have to be watching him like a hawk because he would absolutely one-shot kill anyone on this team for sure. For sure. It's just something to think about. I don't have the way to make that materialize at this exact outset. Who are you? Tech hunters. Oh, mate, do we need these brown leather trench coats to be tech hunters? We might. I don't know. Gotta think about that. Why is your old world bow out, Mr. Tech Hunter? Is everything okay? All right. Whatever. Like I said, we're ready to go. We're fine. We're ready to go. We're ready to jump in. I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut east and head south. I think that's the plan. We'll cut out this way because we can kind of make our way, I guess, down here. I don't know. We've already seen this side. Maybe we'll come out to this side and try to catch this interior. Something tells me I might want to scout the perimeter of this before I get myself tucked in here. It was very scary thinking about getting trapped in here and watching all the activity in there. But all right, out we go. We're cutting straight east, out the northern door. Done. Let's head down. Interesting, as we are just about to leave here, there are pole arms laying around. We're going to leave those because we don't have use for them ourselves. We are ranged warriors. Hello there. We hear somebody in the distance. What are we here in town for? Watch it. Zarya and Karthikeyan are running all over the place, but that's fine. Quill is calm, so there's no commotion in town today, which is good. Yeah, there's just some loose pole arms. That's very interesting. Strange. Hammond says, blech, breathing dust here. All right, Hammond. No, you and Tommy, no pessimism this morning, please. We are optimistic tech hunters today. We're going to remember to be very cautious today. We saw, oh, you know what else we saw? Skeleton bandits. It wasn't just reavers and scavengers. It was skeleton bandits. And we saw those kind of in the area we're heading to today. We got to be very careful. These guys, one of the things that's got me worried is animals will kind of give up the hunt if you get far enough away from them. We've dealt with that so far, but like, I don't know that a reaver is going to give up the hunt if I can't break away from them. Like if they are keeping good range from us, I don't know that I'd be able to handle. We'd have to run all the way back here with like 500 skeleton bandits, and I don't know that I want to do that. That feels kind of like a bummer. We'd have to cross that bridge when we came to it, but we're making okay time. It took us about an hour to get out of the Flats Lagoon city. It is a big city at the scale of time that we are playing. We are starting to load, so we're going to give that a second. There it goes. Beautiful. And I don't want to jinx it, but it has been nice not seeing beak things. Oh shit, there's a whole team of Western Hive behind us. Yeah, it's been nice not seeing beak things, which playing on this mod list before, in streams, I do believe I've seen some beak things attack Flats Lagoon. So it's not impossible for them to be literally right here. We got someone up in front of us. It's a tech hunter. Wancho. It is amazing you are happy just walking around, just all willy-nilly by yourself. No one to watch your back. Not even interested in talking about having someone to watch your back, or watching ours. All right, let's go for this height first. And let's see if we can get a look at what we're dealing with today. See how busy the region is this morning. All right, no skeleton bandits. I might go out for that height. Let's take a look over here. We just crossed here. I'm looking at that height, and I kind of want to. I might want to follow the coastline, but I want to do it from up on high. Okay, no gorillas. Let's unpause. No gorillas, no land bats, no skeleton bandits, no reavers. No Western Hive, no beak things. All quiet on the Western Front. I kind of want to cross 100,000 cats and start thinking about adding someone to the scout team. We might want like one more person to help us out on the scout team, which means I want more people at the home regardless. I kind of want the home to be carrying as many people as food will allow and be at that kind of balanced maximum. And then maybe get myself one or two above that balanced maximum and take someone who's been hanging out at home and train them up to come out with us. That is the way I typically like to handle this. That's the way I handled it in the last series. Unless someone is wildly outfitted for traveling, like when we met Hammett, he is very well equipped beyond what we were when we met him. We met him early in the series. He still is better equipped than any of us in terms of stats. But even if we met him right now, I would say he could go right on the scout team. But other than that, I typically like to take people who have been, part of the family and teach them to scout. All right, stop right here. So I've been thinking about that. I might like more people with us. Man, you guys got to slow down on the eating food, man. I brought a bunch, but we had less at home than I thought I was going to have. I gave all the big food to Gertie and took a bunch of meat, but not the most ideal way to handle anything. Okay, there's nothing across on the other hill, which is good. We are looking at this right here, and I kind of want to follow. I think I want to follow the coastline. I think I do. We'll do it with height, though. Can't see over this hill. We just want to make sure no one's underneath us. There is not. I don't see anything. This is some of the scarier spots. The roller coaster ebb and flow of how this works is I start out very cautious, then I get lulled into a false sense of security and act a little too brazenly, and then I get reminded that scary things are here. Now, I've been very lucky the entire series. I get reminded that scary things are here way off in the distance. One of these days, I'm going to get lulled into a false sense of security and get reminded things are dangerous by something staring me right in the face. Did we just sell something? We did! Hello there, Mr. Western Hive. Welcome. Nice, look at you guys buying stuff. Yeah, keep buying whatever. Buy anything you want. Buy this hemp pepper. Look at that. Wouldn't you like hemp pepper? You could flavor all your foods with the deliciousness of hemp. All right, we're going to keep going high, and only because we've already been to that side. We've seen it. So we're going to stay here. As long as nothing crests this hill, I'm not too worried about it. And in fact, I kind of like not showing myself to the other side of the hill. Maybe, I think. I don't know. These are some of the more dangerous parts of our day. There's nothing behind us. No one below us. Let's step a little further forward. And we're going to follow the coast on this side. And I guess we're heading out there. I guess. Yeah, I think so. I think so. That's probably the cut in right here that I don't want to take. I don't know. We'll decide which way I want to go around that when we get down there, if we get down there. But let's, I guess, click over there. All right. This looks a little more ominous than the last one. That looks very uninviting, and the blackness also makes me worry about acid rain, so we'll see what happens. Did I bring acid rain shelter? I did not. All right. We can run fast if we have to turn back. I usually bring a tent, but that's when we have Gertie with us, because the tent is gigantic. You know, I think I had fabrics to make a different type of tent, and I think I took them out of my bag. We can just chalk that up to team miscommunication. Imagine somebody loads up a bag, puts some fabric in there so we can make some shelter and some acid rain, and then another person comes along to spot check the gear preparations and goes, what are we doing with all this fabric? We're not carrying this, we need space. And then puts it back, and now we don't have tents. Someone's gonna be like, I packed that on purpose. Surprisingly quiet this morning. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, it just kind of is what it is. And we are still solidly in Stobe's Gamble. And we have to be very careful. It's past the mountain range, so I'm not super worried about it. I just, like I said, don't call something Sniper Valley. That could just be a cute name. You know, and obviously, like I said before, you can find this stuff out pretty quickly, but it's very fun to not know and be very nervous. And then maybe someone gets headshotted and I have to mourn their loss, and that'll be a very interesting moment in this series. Or maybe we avoid it until we have heavy armor and big helmets, and we're like, all right, we're finally ready to go into Sniper Valley, and it's just empty. We're going to keep moving forward. I don't get to keep my height, unfortunately, which I'm not really in love with, but that might be the kicker that gets us to go around this thing to the right. Hammett says, what's the point anyway? Hammett, you know, not now. You know the point. We're tech hunters. Listen, I know we have to really We have to think... So the shimmer there scared me. We've got to think about Hammett's kind of driving motivations at some point. We really can't put that off for too very long. We took him to Flats Lagoon, which takes him away from having to face slavery all the time, which is kind of good. Like, hey, you should be bucking up. You should be a little more chipper. Well, you could think about it from one perspective. We can't take any fights to any slavers, but I feel like there's something we can do to help him somewhere along the way. It's not gonna... What is that? Stop right there. What the fuck is that? A fucking beak thing. Oh my god. Back the fuck out of here. It's a singular beak thing. I'm not trying to necessarily waste the bolts in danger, put us in danger. It's a fucking lone singular beak thing. Good god. Let's get some distance and some terrain. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. This is what I'm talking about. I keep getting lucky with this shit. Doesn't mean I'm not about to run headlong into another beak thing. I'm going to come up here. I think we're going to skate around the thing. I'm not blowing this day. Let's just stop right here. All right, everybody need to sneak. It's just lumbering slowly. It's an adult beak thing. It would take a long time for us to kill. A long time. All right. Damn, that sucks, man. Where is he? He's really out and away from your fucking territory. Screw you, Mr. Beak Thing. Screw you. I was going to say, let's just keep a low profile. That thing's kind of... It's got a bit of a hustle to it. It's not running, but it's moving. Let's get some terrain between us and it. And we're going to keep solid eyes on it. It's kind of cutting us off now, too, which is unfortunate. There's no others around here, right? Let's hold. Hold while we autosave. We're going to keep the most solid eyes on that thing until we get behind it, and then we'll come out of sneak. We want to be behind its 180 point there. Not like that necessarily makes a difference, but this isn't that bad. We don't have anywhere to run to. I'm doing a really stupid thing, but... I mean, we really have to be... There's no way around doing stupid things at this point, I think. With where they are in the world, in their lives, they kind of have to take some risks. We have to be calculated about them. Mr. Beak Thing, I don't care for you. We're going to pull away from the Beak Thing and keep some terrain. Just in case he turns. We're a little too close to him. I'm going high, which I'm not... I don't want to be in a place where he might see me. He's all alone, and we got a little bit of time to bear down on him, but we've done this before. We did this at Morn. We tested ourselves against the Beak Thing in Morn, and it really didn't work out in our favor. Is he immune to acid? Oh, fuck that. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going slow and quiet, and we can come back on the other side if we have to. We absolutely can do that. There's one Beak Thing here. There could be more. We're going to lose sight of him eventually, which is not great, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, Quill's going to say we can ease up. Let's get moving. Let's relax a bit. Don't drop our guard, but we don't have to be on such high alert. Man, that sucked. We gotta make sure there's no more there. It would, if it was a nest, it would have stayed in the area. It would protect the nest, so we have to assume there's no nest here, but we do have to watch out for... Woo! There's a fucking crab! A crab raider crab. Right back in sneak. Is there a crab raider nearby? What is happening? What is this area? What is this? Man. You know, I say these guys know the things I know. And my recollection was that the crab raiders were like out here. I mean, maybe Stope's Garden, but we're all the way in Stope's Gamble. Come on, give me a break. All right. We're not trying to get into a tangle with a crab. I don't know too much about the crab raiders. So, like I said, these guys know what I know. And imagine it through the lens of the world they live in and how they might learn this information. I'm sure they've heard stories about crab raiders. And my recollection is they might have been hostile on site, but I think you could go to their outposts. Oh shit, land bats coming our way. Fuck! What is going on? This is insane. This is such a incredibly busy little area. Let's run down here. Away from stupid land bats. But yeah, so we're not gonna... I think they don't know enough about crabs to mess with them. Probably know things like crab eggs are probably worth some money, but I don't see any crab nests. Tommy says I need to stay focused and motivated. Tommy, you're telling me. I don't think those land bats saw us, and if they don't turn, we are okay. We are back in Flats Lagoon, technically. We're gonna move a little to the right, and we're gonna keep up with what I initially intended to do, which I guess was go around to the right of the mountain range. Maybe we'll see if we can go for this height, but I'm gonna tentatively click there. I don't know that we're gonna follow that because this has been a very, very tense morning for me. What time is it? 12:46. We're gonna do this till 1800. We might do the most rapid sweep around and back. I don't know. We gotta see what the world looks like. I don't want to be out too late with fucking beak things roaming around. I don't want to be in the dark with a beak thing. We got gorillas on the hills. There's a black gorilla patrolling on the fucking hill that I wanted to get onto. Stupid gorilla. This is why no one likes you, Mr. Gorilla. Notice you're traveling alone, without the company of friends. Shit! Land bats! God damn it, there's land bats right in there. There's a fucking gorilla up there. Alright, go down here. There's 2 land bats. We could outrun them, but I'm not trying to run here. I'm not trying to run and run into something else, but we are behind the land bats. If they don't turn, we're okay. This is dumb. This is really dumb. We might be coming back that way. We might just run to the end of this range and we'll come back. Alright, the gorilla is off of the hill I was thinking about going to. We're going to get out behind these land bats and try to cut up to that hill and see what it looks like over there. Shit. Will starts to run. Probably because he sees these land bats. He does. I'm not trying to swim with land bats nearby. So let's come back here, Quill. And we might set up for land bats. Are you burning? Can you not? Can you not? Who told you to swim in there? I'm going to go get a little bit of height on these land bats and just see if we can get a look at them. They started moving towards us. Who knows what that ended up meaning. They should be cresting this hill. But if they turn back, they're going to be out where I want to be. But I feel like if they decide to continue pursuing the course towards us, they're going to come over this hill in a second. They might just be swimming. Fudge. So if I go this way, I could bump into them. But if I go this way, I could bump into them. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to hope they continued on the path they were already on. And if we got to run back this way, we got to run back. We'll set up to try to strike them down if we have to. But it also lets that... gorilla get away from us, but... Where are the land bats Quill's so worried about? I hope it's land bats. Is it land bats, Quill? I don't know. We're going to make our way around this acid. Which Quill calms down, so whatever he saw, he's okay with. Nope, there he goes again. He's unhappy, but I feel like it's land bats. I'm going to hope and trust that it's land bats. I don't know if that's the case, but we're going to hope. We're going to hope. I don't have much of a choice at this point. Alright, we're okay. We're going to push forward. Shit. More acid. More acid, but Quill calms down. Good. That means we can circumnavigate this acid. I'd like to get a little bit of height, but I'm worried about running up there. That's where the gorilla was. I know he walked over that way. In fact, I think I saw him crest that hill, but still to be safe. Kind of want to come up right here. We're going to let him do that. It's been a very busy morning. The only saving grace here is I think there's an escape route out that way. Technically, there's an escape route behind us, but it's littered with people in the way. All right, let's stop here. Let's get a little more height. And we're going to look out. I guess we're going for the next height. Ah, shit. Someone's got Quill on edge. I don't see any beak thing next. I don't see anything. Oh, shit. A skeleton bandit. I don't know what it's doing. It's like laying down. It got hurt. It's attacking an enemy. I don't know what enemy it's attacking. Scavengers. Will's gonna say, holy shit. Holy shit. Get away from here. Get down. Get down, get down, get down. They're still fighting each other, which is good. Alright. There are ranged scavengers fighting skeleton bandits. This is wild. Nobody's looking at us and they are kind of engaged. I am not looking to engage with anybody that is ranged at this exact juncture. They are certainly formidable to us. For sure. We're going to cut back down here. Not just you, Tommy. Everybody. We're going to cut back down here. We'll come out of sneak. Or we're going to move back this way. We can go for a couple of more hours. I was really hoping it'd be somewhat clear and maybe we would camp, but I guess I really needed to understand that things like skeleton bandits and literally scavengers are going to make that very difficult on us. Let's go a little high. We'll look at this side. First, let's look over this hill and see if we run into skeleton bandits fighting reavers and scavengers and beak things and land bats and gorillas all at once. All right. We've still got a little bit of time. Maybe we'll run across the face of this thing and see what we see. We could be cutting ourselves off from any kind of escape. But, oh shit, something killed that gorilla. Stop right here. Something killed that gorilla. Tell me, it's about to get up. Make sure it stays down. Just go butcher that thing real quick. We could use the skins anyway. This is a fruitless journey, so... I'll take your skins, my friend. Do you see anything, Tommy? No. Tommy, can you crest the hill real quick? Whoops, I guess Quill's gonna do it. Quill's gonna go. Quill just yells for Tommy to come back. Nobody behind us. Nobody making their way behind us. And stop right there. I don't see anything. I don't even know what killed that gorilla. It's hard to see here in the smoke and fog and ash. But something killed that gorilla. This is nerve-wracking. This is rough. All right. We're going to go... We've got a clear shot up to this height, but that height is not going to go... That height actually might let me see into here. Let's do this. We'll go high here. I was going to cross and look out across the valley, but I think we're going to go high here. That does seem road-like, but I wouldn't step in there if you fucking paid me. I mean, something could literally pay me, and then I guess I would step in if we saw another lost armory. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to step up to here. If nothing interrupts us, we're going to step up to there and then try to make our way home if we can. Did we have a good place? We don't have a place to camp out here. We could make our way to the secret drug farm. I mean, that is closer. This is all sorts of squirrely work, and this is kind of a straight shot. The free settlements are a little far north for that. We could run to the secret drug farm and stay there for the night and come back. Let's do that. Let's do that. We're going to run to this height if we can get it. Let Quill do whatever he's going to do. Let's do this. Let's have Quill calm down if he's able. Let Quill just do his own scouting. Take stock of what he sees around him. Let him decide how fast he wants to go. Oh, shit! Do we see what killed a gorilla? Quill sees a whole mess of land bats off to our right there. And we can outrun them, so we're gonna. I was just gonna say, you know what? Let's just keep going. We're gonna whoa. Don't run at them. We're gonna outrun these land bats. And we're gonna still crest this hill. Because we can lose them on the other side of the hill and come back. We're gonna go to the drug farm to sleep, and we'll come back here tomorrow. I'm not fucking stepping in there, though I do want to look down there. I'm not stepping in there unless I got a damned good reason, and I don't see one. The explorer in me says what I'm seeing down there is good reason enough, but yeah, we're good. At minimum, we're just going to get this height, look over, and then we're going to head back towards this. The drug lab's like right here. Tommy says, bleh, fuck this, I wish I was drunk. Oh, you don't want to get chased by land bats, gorillas, beak things, reavers, skeleton bandits, scavengers. I will say there's a diverse mix around here, which is very interesting. All right, Quill, you're probably okay. He's probably like, you know what, guys, it's fine. It's true. Let's relax. Yeah, he's fine. I was hoping I could see across. We ran to here, but I'm not really seeing anything. We're gonna go one more. We're gonna go one more height, and then we're coming back. And I think we're gonna hustle it all the way back to the drug lab because we should expect we are going to get interrupted. See, I feel like a spot like this is a good place to camp for the night. It really feels that way, but it also feels like that could be the last thing we ever do. Dangerously and terribly. Alright, in theory, we should be able to see possibly the crumbling labs maybe from up here. Just kind of want to get like a look out into an expanse, and I don't know that I'm going to be allowed to see that. Might just be hills to... Ooh. Oh, that's the crumbling labs. Yeah, okay, cool. We're here. somewhere. We're looking at the crumbling labs. All right, let's go look at that from this side. We'll go take a look at it from this side, and then we'll head back. Damn that giant gorilla. Crumbling labs would be a perfect place to hunker down for the night. Damn it. I'd take a swim. I'd be okay with that. Man, it really feels like this would be a great spot to camp. Like, could we get up in here? No, we can't. Can we get up in here? No. One of these feels like it'd be a really good spot to just chill for the night. In a low profile. Rather than running all the way back to the secret drug farm, then all the way back out here. How much of a thoroughfare do I bet that this is? Let me come up over here. It just seems like it could be doable. I can't get up over there at all. How high can I get in here? Uh-oh. Alright, I just got my answer. Something has upset Quill. I was going to come up here and see how I felt and make a decision as to whether I wanted to stay here for the night. But Quill, something's got him nervous, so we're going to turn back. I don't know what's upsetting him. We're going to try to get out of here. We're going to look down into the valley. We've got land bats out there. We've got a crumbling labs to our right. I generally got to go somewhere in... I think the volcano's right there. I got to go somewhere in this direction. I might just click out here. Let's do this. Let's see if Quill has calmed down. I was within a heartbeat of staying here for the night. It was about to happen. He calmed for a second, but he's upset again. Am I running into something dangerous? Does not seem that way. I'll let Quill do what he thinks is best. Oh, look at that. There's a gorilla fighting a land bat. Interesting. We could stick around to see who wins and scavenge some meat, but I think we're just going to go. If we stay here for the night, I think what we're going to... I don't know. We've seen this side up to about here. Maybe we'll cut... we'll figure it out in the morning. I was thinking I might come down this way, but we've seen all this. We might literally just come straight back down here and hope for a better morning and check out what all this is. That might be the plan. We're doing something a little silly, but if we make the... actually, you know what? I'm going to put these guys... I was going to say we got to hustle it up, because if this goes wrong, we may have to pull back to the free settlement. We're going to keep that in mind. Means we got to be a little more alert. As you move quickly, you should pay a little more attention, lest you run yourself smack dab into something dangerous. Hammett says, I'm feeling adventurous today. Hammett, we've had the adventure. We're going to come out over here somewhere. Drug lab somewhere around there. And we are watching for troops of skeleton bandits. And clearly scavengers. And apparently beak things. What an omen for the day. These last two scouting runs they've had have been really busy. We came out to this place prior. You know, we got ourselves all the way out to the crumbling labs and all around that area, and then down to the Lost Armory without running into much of that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, the Kenshi universe senses that the hunt is on, and all those who would take what you have sense something stirring in the air. Alright, nice. We made it to the drug lab. Oh shit, there's a goddamn gorilla. Fudge. We might have to deal with him. Let's come out this way. We're going to come down to the other side of the drug lab, and we might deal with him. It's a possibility. I got to see how Quill feels once we get out of sight of this gorilla. Nope, he's got us good. He's got a line on us nicely. Let's come up over here, and we're going to draw a bead on him if he continues to give chase. Quill has calmed down, actually. Let's, you know what? Let's circumnavigate this fellow. We'll come around behind him. We might let him do his thing and just let him pass us. We don't need to waste the bolts. Alright. In to one of these buildings. Last one in. Close the door. Mr. Hammett, thank you very much. And, Tommy, can you head to the roof, please? And why don't you sneak it up, Tommy? Yeah, there he goes. We see the gorilla is leaving. No big concern. Let's get everybody back downstairs. All right, we made our way into this building, and I think I've mentioned this before. A commenter mentioned that these buildings are messed up, and you should use the F12 menu, Shift F12 menu, and hit Fix Stuff, and it'll fix this building. I tried that in a previous episode, and unfortunately, it crashed my game to the desktop. I don't want to mess too much with this save. However, quite literally, all of this stuff just loaded in front of us. I guess this is what's supposed to be in this room. It's not supposed to be an empty room with a single drug farm in it. there is a ton of stuff on the roof and in the room. And Temperance is standing close enough to this thing that I can take a look in here. And we've got some hash. And it's worth some money. Very interesting. I wonder, are we hash thieves? Are we hash sellers? I do believe Flats Lagoon is kind of known for being involved in the hash trade. I don't think these guys really have any bones about doing any of that. I do wonder. I'm going to say yes. I think so. We haven't found any indication. What's in here? We haven't found any indication that this is Tech Hunter. Like I said, we know that this belongs to Black Shifters. Again, we can imagine maybe they found a journal or some notebooks here. We don't know who the Black Shifters are. They haven't come this way. There's broken stuff in here. We've destroyed all their security guards, kind of out of unfortunate necessity, and no one's come to fix them. I'm going to say fair game. I mean, that's what we do. We hunt tech. This kind of isn't tech, but I don't know. All right, we're going to be very careful in here because this stuff didn't exist 2 seconds ago, and it exists now. And these guys have had weird problems in here. I've cut it out before, but like standing in certain places will just kind of like teleport them to the roof. So we're going to be very careful in here. Like I said, these guys really haven't had any run-ins with drugs. They haven't been to the swamps yet. They seem to know that this place doesn't belong to tech hunters, but I imagine we've already seen some tech hunter illicit trade, or at least this might be the way we find out. Perhaps we'll bring this stuff home, put it aside, and not think about it, or we'll see if tech hunters like it. But in either case, these guys are going to while away the night in this secret drug lab so we can head back south in the morning. We'll pick up with them then. All right, these guys had an uneventful night, but I actually took a minute for the team back at home. Hobbs is now working on crafting some leather, and we might figure out, we need some more supplies. We might figure out what we can do with that. Realizing we got people sitting around in t-shirts and our actual scout team walking around with their bare arms to the world. So they've got a little bit more work to do, but they're on their way to figuring out maybe a nice surprise for the scout team when they get home. Hey, look, we've taken all this stuff that you've brought for us, and we might turn it into something useful. All right, like I mentioned last night, we have taken the hash out of this place. At least this trip will be fruitful. I'd imagine these guys, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what they think about it. You know what, before we walk out this door like this, let's close that back up. We're going to close this door. We're going to have Tommy go to the roof and make sure it's clear. I don't know if these guys care about that kind of stuff, but I'd imagine even if they did, they probably were thinking like, you know, we need the money. We need to survive. This has been a dangerous trip. It doesn't also need to be fruitless, and we can figure out what to do with this stuff. If anything, we just get it out of here so other people can't use it. Go put it in our own storage. All right. It looks pretty well clear. I think we're making a southward run. I think that's the deal. Let's get a little bit of height. And I think the plan is we're going to make a southward run, and we'll see if we can actually circumnavigate this thing. Maybe we'll come back the way we came out to Flats Lagoon. And if anything looks interesting when we get down here, I think I still have to do another full scouting run. I might be smarter about this when we do it next time and run straight to the free settlement or the farm. So we can come down in here. Somewhere in this region. To see what's in that flat. I don't think we've seen any of that. But if we get out to the heights of the eastern side of this mountain range, we might be able to see in here. That's a possibility. This might block our view, but we'll see. Tommy says, to think I used to enjoy the warmth of the sun. Where did you live in Kenshi? I guess that's possible. I'm going to say, where did you live that you used to enjoy the warmth of the sun? That right there is the plateau we were kind of looking at. We were standing there. Maybe we'll gun it for that plateau and try to come around that side. I'm just going to click all the way over there, and we'll just let them do. Maybe? I don't know if I'm going to let them do that. We might come over here. We'll stay high. I like the height. I want to see what's down there. I don't want to get stuck in there with things looking at me from both sides. On top of the fact that if something does see me, I can always slip over to one side or the other of the hill that I'm on. Ah, shit. If something does see me, as if on cue, I don't see anything. We're going to step a little further forward. Well, still a little unhappy, but we could just be hearing someone else fighting. It's a possibility. Stranger things have happened. I don't see anything, but it's tough to say who could be blending in here. Alright, we're going for the next hill. We're doing it. We'll let Quill run whatever way he wants to. He calms down. Nope. There it is. It's a land bat eating a gorilla. Do we want the food. I mean, look at that land bat's barely even alive. We can get the food and we can get the skins off the gorilla. I think we're going to do it. I'm going to let Quill take up over here. Temperance, why don't you step a little further away from Quill? You guys got the range. You're good at what you do. Damn it. Don't step in front of them, but once you step over as well, we'll just make the firing line. I believe in you guys. Come on. Tell me you just keep Overwatch. Nothing's coming up behind us, right? Alright, good. They got it. Who's got room? Oh shit, nobody. Alright, let's come down here. We're going to get the meat. And we've got so much crap. We actually do have a good amount of stuff to bring home, which is nice. We burned a little bit of time getting down here. Let's get up to that height, and then we'll have these guys calm down. We do actually have some interesting stuff to bring home. Like I said, the home team worked on building a leather crafting station, and possibly thinking, we don't have the supplies for it yet, but possibly thinking about, oh, you know what? There were iron plates in that drug farm, for sure. But we need a couple of iron plates. No big deal. And then the home team can also think about crafting leather armor. And so these guys knew that when they were leaving, and those stations were already half built when they were leaving, so. Alright, let's stop right here. Cool's gonna tell everybody to just calm down. We're good. Tommy says, ugh, what a headache. Alright, you know what, Tommy? Commentary. Let's get some positivity going, okay? We're gonna come out down here. I don't see anything down here. I'm not really keen on stepping down into there. I want to see what's up over here first. We know the Crumbling Labs is up over there, but we're step down into here, and this is where things got fucking dicey prior. This is where, over here is where we saw skeleton bandits and scavengers. So we're gonna be careful. Oh, and we'll get to this height. We'll circumnavigate this thing, and you know, like I said, I think the plan for today is to see if we can come down here and look across this way. We'll see what kind of time we've got. It takes actually a lot of time to get down here, longer than you think. We left Flats Lagoon yesterday morning, had all these plans. Oh, we're gonna scout the entire south region, and then we'll double scout it. We'll take 2 or 3 trips. Like, no, I barely made it. You know what it is as soon as one thing gets in your way, and that's kind of what scouting is. As soon as something blocks your path, either pushes you off of your course or threatens your passage, it changes things, changes the time frame. We'll see how much we can get done. I'd really like to look across here. I'd very much like to look down there at minimum. I don't know that it's going to yield anything, but it would be nice to see something and then be able to make a plan to come back, even if it was late. Get solid eyes on something. There may be nothing down there, but, you know, big money, second crumbling lab, just not inside of a pit of acid. Is there pits of acid down here? There are. It's fine. We've got our tech hunting fingers crossed. All tech, no beak thing. That's what we're looking for. All right, we see the crumbling labs off to our left. One of these days, these guys keep chiding Tommy, half joking. You know, Tommy, one of these days we might, you know, you can't swim in the acid. We might ask you to go back out there. Your gear is so nice. You look so dashing, so formidable, so well defended. The free settlements off in the distance, the crumbling labs off to our left. You know, interestingly, Tommy can swim. He probably could swim to the crumbling lab from this side, but God knows what could happen. If we opened up the crumbling labs and there were... Alright, this is about where it gets dangerous. We gotta just make sure we're paying attention. If we opened up the doors to the crumbling labs and there were, like, security spiders in there galore, they'll just walk across the floor and kill Tommy. So, we don't want to risk something that dangerous. We want to make sure we're very thoughtful about how we handle this. But I would love to one day raid that thing. Alright, there's nothing up here. I can't really see across out there, but... Let's see if we can get out... Can I get out to here? What happens if I click there? Where will you go? Alright, Quill's gonna move. We obviously can't go here. It's too treacherous. We're gonna let him go where he's gonna go, which looks like we're gonna make our way all the way down to the valley, which is actually really scaring the shit out of me. This is where we run into fucking land bats. I was gonna say skeleton bandits, but you... Oh, god damn it. So many land bats! Fuck those things. Can we go up here? You just can't and won't, huh? We're kind of trapped here. Those things have really cut us off at the pass, and something could come up behind us while we're doing this right now. These things suck. Can we come down here? No. No. Let's cut it down to a walk. We'll come out over here. We'll walk in behind these things. I'd like to come in behind these things, but I'd like to make a meaningful cut behind them, but I don't think I'm going to get that opportunity. They're kind of cutting me off. Hammett says, I can't believe how hot it is here. All right, Hammett. Everybody's got the commentary, you know? Where's all the, hey, we're doing real good. I can't believe we're actually tech hunting. We're such good tech hunters. Look at us. What is this? Nothing. All right, it looks like there's a whole heap and helping and nothing out there anyway, so that's actually okay. I think we could see out to about there. All right, that's not that bad. I want to see if we can go around these stupid land bats that are ruining my day. Your day ruiners. That's what I'm going to call you. You're not land bats, you're day ruiners. All right, we're gonna give these guys a big, wide berth. We're gonna try to get around them. I'm gonna be in front of them where they're gonna look at me. I want to go up there. I want to get that height and look out across the plains here. I feel like we've already done this. Didn't we walk all the way down here? Did I not walk? No, I don't think I did. I think I walked in immediately. I think we got some terrain between us and the stupid land bats. I love it. And it does indeed look like there's nothing out there. Oh man, I really wanted to go up there. All right. Stupid land bats. Maybe we'll come back that way. Doesn't matter. There's nothing up there. I wanted to try to look over this. We're kind of like here, and we're looking here, and there is some height here I can't see over. I wanted to stand here. Day ruiners. The day ruiners are out, ruining days. Ah, shit. Will starts to run, but why? But why is the question. It's a couple of land bats breaking off to come get us. Alright, that's fine. Well, you know what to do. I'm gonna say, let's get out of here. We don't need to waste the bolts. I don't want to run into the unknown, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But oh, you know what? This is a good height right here. This is a good height. We're gonna go for this height. We're gonna see if we can get away from these things, and we're gonna fucking fingers crossed. There's no skeleton bandits down here. Let's stay high. Let's stay high. God damn it, this is how you run into fucking reavers. Alright, there's a gorillo stomping. That's okay. I don't mind seeing gorillos. Okay, we're going for that height. Please don't let there be a whole thing of water between us. There is not. And bandits, reavers, skeletons. Nothing. Nothing. And Quill's probably calm. I bet he's thinking we've got enough distance. We've got enough distance, let's calm down. And he does. He calms down. Oh, nope, he doesn't. We're going to let him run for a second. What's your concern, Quill? What's your concern? Is it in front of us? Is it skeleton bandits? What's got you worried, Quill? I'm not super sure what's got Quill nervous, but something has him on edge. We're going to let him continue to run, and I'm going to pray that I'm not running face to face with skeleton bandits, but he calms down. He calms down. Was it land bats? I feel like we got enough distance on them. It's not the gorilla. Oh, my frame rate is freaking out. Let's let that calm down. All right. To the top of the hill. To the top of the hill, we're going to look out across the plains. These ashy tar sand plains. Oh. We discovered an unknown. Ooh, I don't know about that. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. All right, when we discovered this was called Unknown Outpost, but it had that icon. I don't remember. Which again, like I said, these guys know what I know, and they know it through in-world means. There was some pretty vicious fucking robots. And I want to say they lived here, but I don't ever even remember coming through a sniper valley. I mean, I must have. I know I crossed here in the last playthrough, specifically because this looked so interesting I had to see it. And it was a bummer. It was not what I was hoping for. I thought that was going to be the coolest thing I ever found, and it was just an interesting geological feature. I feel like we ran into these guys inside of a volcano, or in the edge of a volcano, or I could be misremembering. But maybe these guys know stories about that kind of stuff. Like I said, that's how they're knowing things. Where are we? We're like here. I'm not fucking running into flesh peeling fucking... This run can't end in a fucking peeler machine. And these guys, like I said, they probably heard stories in bars. I mean, we're by skeleton bandits. We haven't seen a single one of what I think is called the skin bandits. I'm almost positive. It's been a while. I'd imagine these guys kind of know that. All right, we're looking at all this crap. Shit. We have to at least go scout it. We have to go look at it. I was going to go look at the camp. I wanted to look out across this, which there's nothing out here. So Merry Christmas. We get to know there's nothing out here. I might want to come to this height, but we should at least know how dangerous what we're doing is. Let's see. What are you doing, Quill? Come over here. Quill sees no way forward. We're going to let him do what he thinks is best. We're going to run down into the valley, which drives me nuts, but there's no way to get across, apparently. No sure footing, so we'll circumnavigate this hill. Try to come up to the next hill. And there ain't fuck all out in the plains. It's still, I think it behooves a good tech hunting team to eventually check down there. We can't rest on our laurels. What is that? That's nothing. I was really hoping for seeing something like this in the Grand Expanse, but this is no Shem, so this is to be expected. Let's head up. Let's head up to the height. We're gonna see, this looks very road. I'm not walking up a fucking road. That is a fucking funnel death trap. We're gonna look. We can't leave here without looking. We need to get a sense of how dangerous this is before we start dicking around in this area. Well, I want to scout the rest of this. I also wanted to see what this is. Ooh, it just disappeared. There was a big structure these guys thought they saw in the distance. Their eyes are playing tricks on them. There's a big structure out in the distance. I wanted to check that out. Emma says, God, these son of a whore flies. And it'd be good to know if we are about to be flooded by a skeleton bandit base, perhaps. Or something of the like. Reavers or scavengers. I don't think scavengers have a base. I don't know. That means these guys don't know. So we got to be careful. So that's very interesting. There's nothing over there. There's 100% nothing over there. But I still want to go look. I can't even click on it, so it's not like one of those things that's like the barge. Yeah. Large, dock wreck, piece big, no faction. All right. Let's push a little further forward. Let's stay on this side. I was going to cross so we could see into where we're going. Can I see this sharp? I can. I think I'm looking. Yeah. All right. All right, I think we got a little further to go before I could see if there actually is a road leading to a funnel fucking death trap hellscape that I don't want to deal with. We can't go any further this way, so we are going to cross over. There's a gorilla in front of us. Good to see it before it sees us. I don't see any banditry, so I feel like that's I'm not going to call it a good sign. I'm kind of nervous right now. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't really like what I'm doing. I don't feel like there's like a fucking tin of freshly baked muffins waiting at the end of that fucking what looks to be a path. But I think it behooves us. We're hearing something, I imagine, through these halls, echoing through these canyons. And we're tech hunters. And we're explorers. Shit. We came out to learn a little bit about the area in which we're in. Please don't be skeleton bandits. I was a little concerned about something. We came out to learn about the area we're in, which means learning about the hostility. Or, you know, we do actually have to make sure there isn't a tin of freshly baked muffins waiting at the end of the road. There could be. If we don't confirm, we're not going to know. I don't see what made him nervous. I don't see it, and it's making me more nervous. There was a gorilla in front of us. We're going to let him get as high as he wants to go. We'll look out over the expanse here if we can. There is no expanse to look out. Can we go a little higher? Let's get out here. I was really hoping to get a good solid look across. This is actually not bad. This is pretty cool. And there's really nothing out over there. It's not going to stop me from going over there, although we do want to keep a distance from Sniper Valley. All right. We've got a road. There is no bustle on the road. It's still early enough. We're going to keep our hustle going because we need now enough time to run back to something safe. Let's stop right here. Yeah, this is just... there's something in there, but I don't know what it is. I'm not fucking stepping in there until I have fucking eyes on whatever it is. And it really feels like poor form for scouting tech hunters to walk away from here without putting eyes on whatever it is. I might send a singular scout, like... Temperance. She's fast, but I don't know what I'm walking into. That is a big, gigantic, wide canyon. If there is a way to get in here... It certainly seems like it involves going in. I don't think it involves going up this. I think it involves going in and up and around. If there's an in to get. And that is that is biting. I can't climb up here, can I? No. That is I can click over here. I can't click anywhere over here, but I can click over here. That's interesting. If we go in there, we're fucking trapped in there. Is there 2 bail points out of here? There's bail back, bail left, and God knows about bail forward. Bail left was, we saw, things change in a day's time, but we saw scavengers and skeleton bandits and beak things. Bail back is nothing so far, but tons of land bats behind us, a gorilla and a leviathan in front of us. Bail right. Shit. All right, there's land bats down below us, and they're fucking beelining it towards us, you little bastards. You little bastards. All right, let's move over. Cool's got a little bit of a hustle going still. It's fine. We're going to tell everyone to stick together. The fucking land bats are all turning around. Oh, they're tying up the... it looks like they're tying up the Gorillo. I think I saw the Gorillo down there, and the Leviathan. That could keep everybody busy for a long time. We're going to run out for the high side over there. The fucking land bats are turning back towards me again. What are you? Stop honing in on me. What are you? All right, stop right there. They literally turned around and went exactly where I wanted to go. I was over there. I was going to go this way. What are you doing? You're killing me. All right, we're going back up. We're going to go the way we were going to go. I was going to cut down the middle. We're doing it. Now watch when I get over here, the land bats will have turned again to face me. We're going to come down over here. Oh, it looks like we can't. We have to go this way to come down. All right. It seems there is only one way down there. Is right in front of these land bats. Very interesting. Let's come over here. Let's see if we can get out way in front of them. I'm going to keep the hustle going. We'll just like stick together, try not to draw them if we don't have to. If they follow us in here, we kind of have to run through the gauntlet, whatever the fuck is in here. I don't think they saw us. They did. They did. There they go. Yep, they saw us. Alright, we run faster than them. It's fine. We're going to crest this hill. We should lose them. I might double back to get them away from me. I don't want to draw them into this fucking... to this funnel that I'm creating for myself. We're going to double back a bit. Hammett says, these damn flies are eating me alive. Ugh. Hammett, that's the least of your concerns. Do you know what's going to eat you alive, Hammett? I wonder if these guys are discussing, like, you know... There are people that live inside of volcanoes that rip the flesh from your body. Quill's calm. If those things crest the hill, we'll deal with it. We're going to step in here. I feel like... Ah, shit. I think Quill's upset because he sees the Leviathan stomping something. That might have him a little bugged out. Can I walk here? Oh, this might be a ramp. Jesus. All right, change of plans. Fucking change a Reno of plans. We can send only one person. We can't send everybody to do that. We're going to put the team up here. We're going to let Quill go till he calms down. Yeah, the land bats were chasing us, but they moved off. I think this is a switchback ramp that goes up. So we're not sending the whole team on a fucking ramp to their death. I don't want to send anybody on the ramp to their death, but we might send at least the fastest person to run and draw people away if things go terribly wrong. It means I have to split my attention in a very dangerous way, but I feel like I said, we don't leave until we at least put eyes on whatever this is. If it looks too dicey, we're not doing it. We're too squishy. If it looks incredibly dicey, we're not doing it. The switchback has already got me a little nervous. We have other things we can look at. It's getting late. Let's do this. Stop right here. Into sneak. Temperance. Break off. Temperance is going to be like, I got this. She's like, I'm faster than all of you. I can take care of this. You guys just stay, keep a low profile. I'm in, I'm out. I take a look if I see anything. A guard, a security spider. This is really stupid. What if this is the Beak Thing bandits? It's just a bunch of beak things. All right, one real quick check on Quill. He's looking good. The Leviathan might give us some cover for a second. We're just going to have her check real quick. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. I'm sweating. I'm like, this is no good. This is really dumb. Come on, Temperance. I believe in you. I have to quickly look the other way. We can't see that way yet. Come on. Come on, Temperance. Come on, Temperance. Fucking son of a bitch. I was really hoping there'd be like a gate here or something. I don't even know if this is the right way. She's going higher. At least now she can look at Quill and make sure he's okay. I am like in a panic. My elbows and knees are tingling. I can't see any higher. Temperance, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. No stopping, no stopping. No stopping for any reason. A little higher, I guess. How much fucking higher do you gotta go? Oh my god. Alright, there's nothing down below. We've got a good look at Quill. We're gonna take a look at Quill one more time. He's okay. He's okay. This is gonna be so pointless. This is going to be the Skeleton Bandit headquarters. I think we can go a little... I think I'm going the right way. I don't know that I am, but it does seem like I can go higher. So we're gonna do it. There's no fucking gate! Alright. A little higher. A little higher. Alright. Let's at least get the best height view we've ever seen in our lives. We see Quill. We see no beak things. We step a little further forward. Alright, Temperance, it's time for you to sneak. I don't trust this. This should have been Tommy. Tommy's the faster sneaker. He doesn't run as fast, but he's very good at keeping a low profile. Alright, this was an accidental waste of time. There is nothing up here. This was a trick by Lo-Fi. Well played to you. This is a view if there ever was one. Alright, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Stop right there. Sneak. We have a structure. No, we don't. A little higher. We've got a gate. Temperance, I need you to go somewhere where they can't see you, but I can see what the fuck is going on. A little higher. A little higher and away. A swamp lookout tower. And a swamp house. That's gonna be like reavers or cannibals. Alright, step just the littlest bit forward. There is no guard. A double barrel harpoon turret that's unused. This might be abandoned. I am in full tilt. Like, if you poked me, I would collapse. I am going to pass out. I don't want to lose Temperance here. Let's check on Quill one more time. How you doing, Quill? He's good. He seems okay. It's too late for us to keep doing any of this, or to pull back. We can't do this twice. Shit, if she catches the fucking eyes of a single thing in here. Step right to here, right to here. Do you see anything, Temperance? I think this is abandoned. I think it's abandoned. It's for sale, though. We could buy it right now. Can you buy things in a fucking cannibal camp? Can you buy things in a reaver headquarters? Alright, Temperance, a little further, a little further, a little further, a little further. I'm also pulling a real dangerous move here because I've got a sneaking mod. It makes it illegal to sneak. There's not a single person in here. It is abandoned. I don't want to come out of sneak, though. I'm kind of damned if I do, damned if I don't, because if I come out of sneak and it's reavers, we're fucked. Completely fucked. If I come out of sneak and it's... If I don't come out of sneak and it's a tech hunter enclave, we're going to get in trouble for being in sneak. I'm going to step a little further forward. There's not a single stitch of movement in here. It's abandoned, but I can buy things and there's a working fucking windmill. There's no one guarding this place. Alright, whatever. Alright, we might be coming in to loot this place and I guess spend the night here? We're going to bring Quill and the team up. It does seem indeed to be abandoned. A little further. We're just going to confirm. Is there anything else in here? We've got a gardening store and no residents. This could be a mod that's just bugged. I mean, as I see a windmill floating in the sky, I'm starting to think this might be a... There's a ranger shop. I think this is a bugged mod. This might just be a bugged, modded city. And that's okay. You know what? That means it's an abandoned city, and we're just going to take advantage of that. Temperance. You want to come out of sneak? Do we throw fucking caution to the wind and get some height here? Climb up onto their own thing. Let's do it. Let's do it. I think we're going to be bringing the team up here to sleep. It's getting late anyway. There's clearly no one in here. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Is that a person? No. That looked like a person. I don't know what that is. No, that is a person. No, it's not. It's not. Alright, Temperance. Up. We're gonna bring her up a little high. There's no one on the turrets. There's no one Get all the way up, Temperance. We're gonna get her high and let her look at some stuff. Alright, Temperance, add a sneak. Oh, shit! Oh, it's tech hunters! There's tech hunters! Oh my god. I was fully ready for this to be the skeleton bandit hideout. Jesus fucking Christ. I am sweating bullets right now. If she got caught in here by skeleton bandits or skin bandits, she'd be fucked. Alright. We can imagine she just yells out down the valley, "Get up here!" Quill's gonna come on up. Oh my god, come out of sneak, Quill. Let's put everybody into hustle. She's like, "Get up here, it's tech hunters!" Fucking Flats Lagoon tech hunters, they could have told us. Oh, if you're heading out to the volcanoes, there's another tech hunter enclave. God damn it, man. God damn it. The adrenaline dump I just had. Oh my god, my palms are sweating. Oh my goodness. Well, that's perfect. That's perfect. We actually have a really good spot to venture further out. This is another good overnight spot. This is a good Gertie spot, too. This is the best Gertie spot. My god. All right, fellow tech. Where are the fellow tech hunters? There you are, tech hunters. Anti-slavers. There are anti-slavers in here. Oh, this is fascinating. I wonder if we can talk to an anti-slaver. That'd be a really good opportunity to explore Hammett's story. There are no, other than that one anti-slaver and the 2 tech hunters on the roof, there's like nobody in this fucking town. We're gonna have to explore it a little bit more fully. There we go. There's people. Oh, there's more anti-slavers. This is fascinating. I'm sure Temperance is pretty pleased. We know that Hammett is staunchly anti-slavery. I don't think we've run into a single anti-slaver yet. This is a very interesting moment we may have to think about. I might have to give this some thought and explore this. We haven't seen an anti-slaver we can talk to yet, but there's a couple in this town. It might at least stir the pot for thinking about Hammett's story. I gotta spend some time thinking about that. That is very interesting. But at the bare minimum, we gotta get these guys inside to the safety of this little enclave here. My goodness, what a find. What a fucking find. What a discovery. I'm very happy with that. All right, but I think that is where we are going to leave it on this very interesting development. We have found this tech hunter enclave in the middle of this volcano, and there are a handful of anti-slavers milling about. And I don't think we've met anti-slavers up to this point. I've got to think a little bit about that, because we know that Hammett is staunchly anti-slavery. And if we can find an anti-slaver that we can talk to, it might behoove this team to pull on the thread that is Hammett's story a little further, if we can. But we'll have to do that in the next episode, so subscribe for more Kenshi, and I'll see you next time.